Hi, welcome to the Healthy Life channel. Do you think that vegetables are always healthy for diabetics? In fact, there are some vegetables that can raise your blood sugar as fast as ice cream or even soda. One of these vegetables has a glycemic index of over 85, almost equivalent to a donut. There are even some that, when cooked, the sugar level can double compared to the raw version. And what's more surprising is that many people unknowingly consume it every day. They think it's healthy, but it's actually worsening their diabetes. So, if you've been thinking that all vegetables are safe for diabetics, watch out! It could be that the vegetables you are consuming are secretly making your sugar levels spike without you even realizing it. In this video, we will discuss 7 vegetables that can secretly be enemies for diabetics. 1. Potatoes. Potatoes can be a problem for diabetics due to their very high carbohydrate content, especially in the form of starch. There are 2 main types of starch in potatoes, amylose and amylopectin. Amylopectin is more easily broken down into glucose, thus raising blood sugar levels faster. The glycemic index, GI, of potatoes ranges from 70 to 90, depending on how they are cooked. Boiled potatoes have a lower GI than baked or fried ones, as the dry heating process breaks down more amylopectin. Potatoes that have been refrigerated after cooking undergo a starch retrogradation process, which produces more resistant starch, which is a type of fiber that is more difficult for the body to digest and does not immediately raise blood sugar levels. However, while this strategy may help a little, people with diabetes should still limit their potato consumption, as they can still cause blood sugar spikes if consumed in large quantities or without any other food combinations. It is recommended to combine it with protein, such as skinless chicken or fish, and high fiber, such as green vegetables, to reduce blood sugar spikes. 2. Corn. Corn is often thought of as a vegetable, but it is actually a cereal that is rich in carbohydrates and natural sugars. In 100 grams of corn, there are about 18 to 21 grams of carbohydrates, most of which consist of simple sugars such as sucrose. The glycemic index of corn ranges from 55 to 60, depending on the variety and processing method. Sweet corn, for example, has a higher sugar content than regular corn, and processing, such as boiling or steaming, can increase glucose availability. Corn also contains amylose and amylopectin, where amylopectin is broken down into glucose faster, making it more risky for diabetics. Uncontrolled consumption of corn can lead to rapid spikes in blood sugar levels, especially if not balanced with sufficient fiber or protein. It is advisable to opt for the lower-carb form of young corn and consume it in small portions in combination with protein and fiber sources. 3. Honey pumpkin, butternut squash. Butternut squash is known as a vegetable that is rich in vitamins A and C and has a naturally sweet flavor. However, for diabetics, butternut squash can be a problem due to its high carbohydrate content. In 100 grams of butternut squash, there are about 16 grams of carbohydrates, which is quite high compared to other non-starchy vegetables. Its glycemic index is around 50 to 60, which means it has enough potential to increase blood sugar levels if consumed in large quantities. It also contains a type of carbohydrate that is quickly digested by the body, which can trigger a significant spike in blood sugar. Although it is rich in antioxidants and fiber, diabetics should still limit their consumption of butternut squash, especially if it is processed by cooking methods such as baking. Consumption in small amounts and combined with protein sources such as chicken or fish can help slow down the absorption of glucose and reduce its negative impact on blood sugar levels. 4. Cooked carrots. Raw carrots have a low glycemic index of around 16, but when cooked, their GI can increase to 40 to 50, depending on the duration and method of cooking. The heating process causes changes in the structure of the carbohydrates in carrots, making them easier to digest and absorb by the body as glucose. Carrots contain beta-carotene, which is beneficial for eye health, but for diabetics, consumption in cooked form should be noted. Although carrots contain fiber, the amount of carbohydrates that increase after cooking can still contribute to a spike in blood sugar levels, especially if consumed in large quantities. Diabetics are advised to consume carrots raw or prepare them with foods rich in fiber and protein, such as salads with added sugarless yogurt. 5. Chickpeas. Chickpeas are often considered a healthy vegetable, but they actually have a higher carbohydrate content than other green vegetables. In 100 grams of chickpeas, there are about 10 grams of carbohydrates, which is more than non-starchy vegetables like spinach or broccoli. The carbohydrates in chickpeas mostly come from starch and natural sugars, which can raise blood sugar levels if consumed in large amounts. Although chickpeas are rich in vegetable protein and fiber, diabetics should still limit their intake of chickpeas, especially if consumed in processed forms such as fried chickpeas or with added sweet sauces. Chickpeas should be consumed in small amounts and combined with other high-fiber foods to balance blood sugar spikes. 6. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are often considered healthier than potatoes, but they are still high in carbohydrates. In 100 grams of sweet potato, there are about 20 grams of carbohydrates, with a glycemic index ranging from 44 to 70, depending on how it is cooked. Sweet potatoes contain both amylose and amylopectin, and amylopectin is more quickly digested into glucose, causing a faster spike in blood sugar levels. Diabetics should still limit their consumption and choose purple sweet potatoes, which are higher in fiber and lower in GI than orange sweet potatoes. Cooking them by boiling is better than roasting or frying, as the roasting method can increase glucose availability. 7. Eggplant. Eggplant is often considered a good vegetable for diabetics because it is low in calories and rich in fiber. Eggplants contain solanine, a natural compound that can cause mild inflammation in some people and potentially disrupt blood sugar metabolism if consumed in excess. Although eggplant has a low glycemic index, the way it is processed can make it unhealthy. Fried eggplants often absorb a lot of oil, which not only increases saturated fat intake, but can also slow down the body's insulin response. Some types of eggplant are higher in carbohydrates than other green vegetables, which can be problematic if consumed in large quantities. Diabetics should avoid fried eggplant and prefer healthier processing methods, such as boiling, steaming, or roasting without much oil. Combine with healthy proteins such as skinless chicken or fish to keep the blood sugar balance stable. So now you know that not all vegetables are safe for diabetics. Some can actually cause dangerous spikes in blood sugar if not controlled properly. Remember, foods that look healthy may not necessarily be good for your body, especially if they are high in carbohydrates or have a high glycemic index. This video is for educational purposes only. If this video is useful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss other videos.